Welcome to my next UFC predictions video as we have UFC 318 this Saturday night. Just getting you my predictions for the main card. And remember, as always, that the card is subject to change. Now, before I give my predictions, just want to cover a few things. If you're a fan of the UFC and like prediction videos as well as fight reaction videos and want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, please make sure that you hammer fist that like button. It does help out the channel quite a bit. Share this video with a friend. Put this video on any one of your social media platforms. Don't forget to sound off in the comment section about what your thoughts are regarding UFC 318. Thoughts on my predictions, predictions that you have of your own, future fights that you want to see, or future fight predictions, or anything else that you want to put. And of course, remember that I react to fights as well. At the end of this video, with about 20 seconds left to go, I'll put some fight reactions that I've done from this year that were pretty good. The Charles Oliveira versus Ilia Topuria reaction was awesome. My Joshua Van versus Brandon Royval reaction was pretty good. And then I'll put two other reactions, or I'll put just my 2023 or 2024 fight reaction highlight reels, which is all my phone reactions from the year. Not exactly sure what specifically I'll do after the two fights that we just had, but I'll do something. And unfortunately, as of this moment, I don't plan on watching this card. I don't want to give reasons why, unless something changes. It's possible. I mean, I said the same thing for Merab Dvalishvili versus Sean O'Malley too, and I ended up ordering that one. So you never know, but as of this moment, I don't plan on ordering the card. I haven't ordered a card since UFC 301, and then before that, it would have been a long time. So occasionally, every once in a while, I'll miss a card, and I don't foresee myself ordering this card, but things may change. So I apologize to all of you that wanted to come to this channel to see my reactions to this card, but as it stands right now, I don't foresee doing that. But things could change. And then last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel, help me get over 100,000 subscribers, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And you never know what you're going to see on JDev TV. So kicking things off in the lightweight division, we have one of the goats of the lightweight division that not a lot of people talk about. This guy's fought the who's who of the lightweight division, and that's Michael Johnson versus Daniel Zellhuber. This is a crazy fight because Michael Johnson's like 100 years old. Okay, he's 39 years old. And Daniel Zellhuber is like the young up-and-comer. He's 26 years old. Of course, he's coming off of that decision loss against Esteban Ribovics from Noche UFC last year. And Michael Johnson's actually on a two-fight winning streak. But, I mean, I'm sorry, but I just don't see a world where Michael Johnson beats Daniel Zellhuber. Could it happen? Yes, but Zellhuber is really good in terms of being well-rounded. I'd like to see him chomp the legs a little bit more, but he might just be able to knock Michael Johnson out on the feet. But if he does some more leg kicks, implements some more leg kicks, I think that will help him, especially with his punches and kicks to the body. I think that will do him good. But unfortunately, I just don't see a way that Michael Johnson will win this fight. But props to him if he wins this fight. I don't think it's out of the question, but it's not. I mean, he's a shorter fighter, which sometimes that's an advantage, and he has the lower reach, almost a 74-inch reach versus 77. But I think Zellhuber is going to beat him in the first round by either knockout or TKO. So I'm going with, of course, Daniel Zellhuber. And then next up in the featherweight division, we have Dan 50K Ige versus Patricio Pitbull. Pitbull is coming off of a loss against Yair Rodriguez in a fight that I wasn't really impressed with Pitbull at all in. I thought he was going to be a lot better, and he looked like slow and not very good. And then he had some moments in the third round, but, I mean, Rodriguez had pretty much dominated him before then, at least from what I remember. Maybe I'm not remembering something. Ige is a guy that a lot of people love, and I've liked, but I don't love Ige. He usually loses the big fights that I see him in. For this one, I mean, he's the younger fighter. He's going to have the bigger reach, and he has a slight height advantage. I'm going to go with Dan Ige to win this fight, unless, of course, Patricio Pitbull all of a sudden tries to wrestle and take him down all the time, because he used to be a really good fighter, but I don't know, maybe his best days are behind him. He was the Bellator champion, and I just think Dan Ige is going to win this fight, and that's, I don't know. I mean, we shouldn't really see a lot of takedowns, but I think Patricio Pitbull could be the one that tries to do some wrestling, but I don't know. I think Ige is going to beat him, so I'm going to go with Dan 50K Ige. I don't know if he'll get a bonus for this fight because it'll probably go to a decision. And then in our featured fight in the welterweight division, we have Daniel D-Rod Rodriguez versus Kevin Trailblazer Holland. I really like Kevin Holland, especially in the welterweight division, especially when he's up against a striker. He usually does good against strikers. In this fight, Rodriguez is the older fighter. He's got a really short reach advantage compared to Kevin Holland's 81-inch reach advantage. And we're probably not going to see a lot of takedowns in this particular fight. Kevin Holland usually beats these guys, so I am going to go with Kevin Holland. And props to Kevin Holland for always fucking fighting. He's always fighting. He just fought like a month or two ago, and he's already fighting again. He's going to break the record for most fights in a fight period. Awesome job, and I think Kevin Holland will beat Daniel Rodriguez. And then in a questionable co-main event of the evening, we have Roman Kopylov in the middleweight division versus Paulo Costa. Interesting fight to put as your co-main event. I would probably put Kevin Holland versus Daniel Rodriguez if you ask me. Obviously, we know Paulo Costa hasn't been doing very good lately. He's lost 4 out of his last fight. He's lost 4 out of his last 5 fights. His only victory was against Luke Rockhold. He had moments where he looked good against Robert Whittaker, and then he pretty much got ragged out by Sean Strickland. And then Kopylov is an assassin type. He had that really vicious head kick that, like, planted. The guy didn't go all the way down. He just got stunned so bad when he got put down. He's won a couple fights now since he lost to Fluffy Hernandez. And obviously we've talked about Paulo Costa's losing streak that he's had, losing 4 out of 5 fights here. I don't know how many fights he has left on his contract. This might be his last fight on his contract. And we have to say that if this fight actually happens, because Paulo Costa has a habit of, not fighting and getting taken out of fights. But in this one, I mean, Paulo Costa used to be really, really good, like just forward, and now he's trying to like fight more of a IQ style fight. And I don't know if it really works for him. Kopylov is really good. I'm having a hard time giving a prediction for this fight because I don't actually know who will win. I don't know which Paulo Costa will actually show up. I'm going to go with Kopylov in this fight, but I could see a world where Paulo Costa decides to be a wrestling expert and take him down a bunch of times and do some things that he normally doesn't do. But I wish he would just fight like he fought when he was like coming up in the middleweight division. And then once he started, like, since the Adesanya fight, he just hasn't looked that great. And even the fight he won against Luke Rockhold, there were moments where Rockhold was just clobbering him, and Costa didn't really have good defense. But I'm gonna go with Kopylov. We'll see what happens. I want to pick Costa to win, but I can't. He hasn't looked very good, and who knows if he'll actually fight. He likes to pull out of fights. And then in our main event of the evening, the fight that this card was definitely built around. You have it's the BMF titles on the line. In the lightweight division, we have Max Holloway, the BMF champion, against Dustin the Diamond Poirier. Dustin Poirier has already came out and said that this is going to be his final fight, which has been a great career. He's had some great wars. The fight against Dan Hooker, the first fight against Justin Gaethje, the fight against the Conor McGregor fights, which weren't really, they were more one-sided fights. And then the fight against Michael Chandler I thought was really exciting, at least the first round. And then, of course, we have Max Holloway. Well, since it's in the lightweight division, we can call him Maximus Holloway. Obviously, he's coming off of getting knocked out for the first time against Ilia Topuria. But before then, he beat Justin Gaethje, beat him with like 1 second left to go in the fight, knocked Justin Gaethje out cold. Max Holloway's 0-2 against Dustin Poirier. Poirier's last fight, fighting in his hometown in Louisiana. I mean, I don't know. This is a hard fight to predict. I know Poirier's won the first 2 fights, but I just think that Max Holloway, still a young fighter. Max Holloway's only 33 years old, and it seems like he's been fighting for 100 years. So in this one, I'm going to go with Max Holloway. I think the pressure of fighting your last fight in your hometown, I'll get to Dustin Poirier. I think the fight will go to a decision. I don't know for sure, but I mean, Max Holloway looked really good against Justin Gaethje, and actually, he looked really good against Ilia Topuria too, until he got caught, because Topuria just lets you beat him, or lets you do stuff against him, and then bam, you're knocked out. So those are my predictions for this card. Again, I don't foresee myself watching this card and reacting to the fights, but hey, you never know. Come back to this channel just in case I might react to the card at the last minute. But I hope you enjoyed my predictions. Again, if you're a fan of the UFC and you like prediction videos and reaction videos and want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, please make sure you the Hulk smash the like button, share this video with a friend, put this video on any one of your social media platforms, especially MySpace, because we know everybody loves MySpace. I miss MySpace. Don't forget to sound off in the comment section about what your thoughts are on this card, your predictions, thoughts on my predictions, fight reaction, or your favorite fight reaction that I've done, any future fights that you want to see, or any future fight predictions. And then again, last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button. Subscribe to the channel. Help me get over 100,000 subscribers. Join the team, share your damn support, and be a part of something special. And you never know what you're going to see on JDEV TV.